CEO and co-owner Katie McCleary. Katie, welcome to the New York Stock Exchange.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's just get started. What is LQ Listening Intelligence, and what is listening intelligence as a science?
Yeah, absolutely. So we are really about the new science of listening, and we can measure in the brain and identify your listening habits and patterns. So what you filter in and what you completely ignore. So in listening intelligence, we want to teach people to be agile communicators that can show up and have a great conversation and be heard and also hear the other person that they're with.
Okay, so can you talk about what your company does? I understand that you go into large corporations or even, smaller businesses and you help people communicate better. What does that look like?
Yeah, so what it looks like is everybody takes the Echo Listening Profile, which is 10 questions, 5 minutes to do, plain language. You get a report about how your brain best processes information across 4 filters. Now, we look at where your gaps are and we look at what your strengths are. And then when you look at the cognitive diversity of the team and how they best communicate, we can come in and say, you need all of it. So we can ask better questions, deeper questions, listen better, and hear things so that we can align and make great decisions, have great collaboration, better sales, culture, all the things. So we work with teams, leaders, and everyday professionals.
And you're launching new AI technology in Q2. What is it going to do?
Yeah, so we have a behavioral AI product that's coming out that can actually drive integration and application into an organization. So let's say that you are a human that listens in a very particular way where you care about people and emotions and impact. Well, you might have to go and have a conversation with someone who is maybe more of an analytical listener. And success to them is really about metrics, timelines, will it work, data, and proving it. Sometimes you can misunderstand each other even though you have the same content. So our behavioral AI allows that AI to coach you on how to have that conversation so that you can connect better and be heard, and it gives you sentence starters, questions, and can really be your thought partner in it.
How do you know what type of listener someone is?
Yeah, so we worked with psychometricians. We have done a bunch of neuroscience and brain scans, and basically it comes down to we listen in 4 different ways. We listen to be connective, the impact on people. We listen to be reflective, which is how do I contribute value based off my experiences and role. We listen analytically, will it work, time, data, facts, and we listen conceptually, that future state, that visionary state, that next idea. We have all of it that lives inside of us. So our test measures that of where you land, and then we build agility in the areas that maybe you just don't think about.
All right, and you mentioned behavioral AI.
Yeah.
How does it differ from Gen AI?
Yeah, it's so different. So Gen AI is going to take a bunch of information and it synthesizes and gives you content. Behavioral AI is actually measuring your behaviors and your biases, and it can predict how you will behave or how another person will behave based off what you input into that system. And so it can guide you so that you can build strength over time to be a really agile, amazing communicator.
All right, and what is the difference between listening intelligence and active listening?
Oh my gosh, this is like my favorite question. So active listening is a set of social cues that we do to show someone that you're listening to them. Nodding, smiling, and those are great. We want to feel heard. That's not listening. Listening is a cognitive habit that your brain has built over time about how you process information, and how you listen informs how you think, how you speak. Active listening, it can be performative. I can pretend I'm listening to you and be doing my laundry list in my head.
All right, and you asked your followers on LinkedIn, you told them that you were going to be on NYSE Live, and you asked them if I had to discuss one communication gap on the show, what should it be? What do you want to talk about?
It's about culture. Does listening improve culture? And absolutely, because it shapes how we show up with one another. It shapes how we create connection. And when you are able to connect with anybody and get through tough conversations, get through collaboration, strategic plans, your culture thrives. And that's what we want.
And listening intelligence, as you mentioned, has been studied for about 18 years. Why do not that many people know about it?
You know, it's lived in academia. So we have Columbia University and Stanford Health, and there's a lot of entities that use it, but it never really got to that national thought leadership level.
All right, and LQ spun off from Echo Listening about 8 months ago. What has growth looked like since then?
Oh my God, it's tremendous. So we have quadrupled our revenue. We have 53 new certified coaches in 8 different countries around the world. And we've signed about 4 or 5 partnerships. And I have to say that 5 of them trade with NYSE in aviation and also in energy. And it's just tremendous.
All right, Katie McCleary, LQ Listening Intelligence's CEO and co-owner, thank you so much for joining us at the New York Stock Exchange.
Thank you so much.